For as long as we've known, man has tried to conquer the unconquerable. For nearly 100 years, cowboys have tried to conquer a beast that could change their lives forever with one nod of the head. The speed of NASCAR, the thrill of skydiving, and the danger of a train wreck. This best describes tonight's program. Welcome to the 2005 Bull Riders Showdown, Mile High style.
Welcome, everybody. We're here at the Jefferson County Fairgrounds in beautiful Golden, Colorado at the foothills of the Rocky Mountains for the Mile High stop of the Bull Riders Showdown series. I read an article once where an anthropologist was talking about Neanderthal man and said his bone structure most closely resembled that of a modern-day bull rider. And I think that tells you that bull riders are warriors, and it's a genetic situation them wanting to try to conquer these animals. I'm Shaw Sullivan, and I'll be your host tonight, along with my partner and color commentator, Skip Kelson. Skip, you know a little bit about these bulls and animals. Tell us what we can expect to see this evening.
Well, I do, Sean. I'll tell you what, 2005 has proven to be dominant for the bulls. With a 70% buck-off rate, the Cowboys have their work cut out for them. The breeding programs that the stock contractors have put together have developed some awesome animals. They're strong, they're mean, they're intelligent. But don't cut out the Cowboys. They're not the ranchers that used to ride many years ago. They're now the businessmen, the athletes. They study the animals, they study their sport, they know exactly what they're doing. Chris Bartlett's here tonight. He's in the lead, 3,143 points, but watch out for Nate Thorson. 2 weeks ago, he won $2,500 on an 8-second ride. A number of Cowboys, Jamon Turner, the Lewis boys. It goes on down the list. As you well know, being a cowboy yourself, anything can happen on any given night.
Well, it's bull riding, it's wild action. You need to take your a good seat, slide up your rope, and get ready to nod, because we'll be back in a minute with some fantastic bull riding action from Golden, Colorado. Welcome back, everybody. We're here in Golden, Colorado at the Jefferson County Fairgrounds for the Mile High Bull Riders Showdown. We're going to open up our competition with Kelly Melvin, the veteran. You know this guy, don't you, Skip?
Yes, I do, and he's a good one. In 1993, he was the CPRA state champion bull rider. 2005, he was the NSPRA third in the world. Look at this, Kelly Melvin making a good ride. He's going to start it off for us, but
big lumbering bull,
yes,
kind of making a loose spin to the left.
That was Hootie the bull. Look at the size of that animal. Did exactly what we thought he'd do. My goodness.
Now, is a bull like that harder to ride than one that spins in a tight circle?
Well, you know, usually they are not that tough, but the power of this animal, as you watch him go out here, hanging to the left, the more he bucks, the stronger he gets. Kelly getting back on his rope just a little bit right there. That's what got him. If he'd have been able to pull up on that rope a little bit, he'd probably made the ride. Once again, here he goes, another replay. Yeah, round and around, back on his rope. That's what got him, the strength of that arm and the strength of that bull.
They take the best bulls and then get the best cows, the sires and dams, and then they breed them, and the ones that produce the best, they continue. The ones that don't, they don't continue.
Absolutely. And if they don't buck, they don't make it here. They make it to McDonald's.
Well, you know, they're either buckers or birders, is what you're trying to tell me.
That's exactly what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay, now we move on to Chance Kling. Chance, is it Kling?
That's it, yes, sir. Little Tim's bull. This is a Shane Johnson bull.
He's a Jersey, Colorado cowboy. Happens out of Bruce Ford country.
Yes, sir. Well, there we go again. That bull in the power going off to the left. Now, so I know you know, but let's talk to the folks a little bit about going into the hand or away from the hand. Let's watch this now.
Well, you know, a cowboy will ride either right or left-handed. In this case, he's right-handed. The bull's moving to the left. He's lumbering to the left, and this gets the guy tilted a little bit into his hand. Obviously, the leverage point here is if the bull goes to the right, then he has the lever on his side. If the bull goes left, the bull has the lever. The bull's got this stuff figured out, too.
Yes, they do, and I'll tell you what, they know exactly what is going on. These bulls think. A bull that normally goes to the left sometimes will change it up on you. They go the opposite direction. All right, looking for our next cowboy. I want you to notice our
go that
bullfighters
front end
here.
ride now,
They
Bull.
are
Ride like a
awesome.
champ.
Oh my. We're gonna go to a cowboy.
Really charge that front.
Bo Hagee. Yeah, Bo Hagee, they tell us, is up next. on Whiplash.
Well, Bo Hagee's the Parker, Colorado cowboy. Do you know the bull at all?
Whiplash is a bull out of the St. Johnson. He is a bull that can really get high in the air.
Wow, I tell you what, that right there could be a 21, 22-point bucker right there, easily.
You bet. Maybe we want to explain that a little bit. You know, the scoring system, as we watch Bill go again, they score the cowboy and the animal. 1 to 25 for the cowboy, 1 to 25 for the animal. That bull changed directions on him. That's what got him.
Changed directions. As you said, each judge has 50 points in their control.
Absolutely.
A perfect ride would therefore be 100 points. But you can't make a perfect ride on a bull that doesn't go anywhere.
That's
so the
right.
bull is the launch point for the scoring for our two judges.
Luck of the draw. That's why the guys keep track of the animals. They go where the tough bulls are, and that's why we're here tonight. All right. Looks like we're moving on down to a cowboy by the name of
Austin Cavey. That's a cowboy from Thornton, Colorado. One of a couple of brothers right here today.
Yes, it is. In 2003, he was a second-round champion of the Colorado State High School Rodeo Association. Go! Oh, look at this. He wears a headgear. Smart kid. Well, you know, that's what you call a launch. The power of that animal throwing him away from him.
We were discussing earlier, Skip, and you were telling me that the Cavey brothers is two people to watch. But as you said, with the bucking program of these bulls, you saw that bull really blow forward and move. And then, as we see in the replay right here, running back on the end of his arm and then threw him off into his hand. And we got another cowboy on the ground.
Yes, we do. I told you, you know, the bulls are awesome this year. Awesome. And these are good bull riders we're watching.
And we move down to the other side of the bucking chutes.
Of course, we have sponsors here this evening to help make it happen. John Elway sponsors number 1, Newland Rodeo chute number 2, Mr. Davis number 3, chute number 4, Morningstar Custom Builders. Everything from off and Little Britches. He's a good bull, Bob.
And they're the presenters here, the Little Britches Learning Centers, are the presenters of this Showdown series.
I'll get down on his bull right now. Notice again, another cowboy using that headgear. You know,
Who we got for cowboy?
as western as we can, but we can't always keep the cowboy hat, so we allow him to wear that headgear.
15 minutes up yet?
Yeah, you're good, Bob.
Slack.
Well, you notice, Shaw, how they set that bull rope. That's a good shot of it right there. They had him setting the rope, getting it. They wonder what they're doing when they're moving that glove. Well, you know what they're doing. They're tightening up. They're getting that rosin hot.
Hold.
Well, the cowboy puts the rosin on the bull rope. It makes it stickier, and then they take it in the handhold. They stick their hand in the handhold as they pull that tight. They then take the rope across their hand
All right,
one
Brooks,
time,
you come right.
wrap the rope around the back of the hand, as we see doing now, and that's called the wrap. Now, some guys will take it through their little finger. That
All right,
scares some
Bob.
of the bullfighters.
110, don't quit now.
But other guys take it, that's a standard
Don't you
wrap
quit.
right there. They pound their hand,
Come on, Brooks,
make
get
sure that they
aggressive.
got a good grip.
Get that
And
fire,
then
Brooks. Get that fire in your
slide
eyes.
up and nod. We're looking at Bobby Brooks right here on 114 Freckles.
Oh, my. You know, Shaw, people ask me why I became an announcer. That's why, right there.
We'll be back in a few minutes as we see that cowboy go off in the ejection seat here from Golden, Colorado. Pull your hat down hard. We're going to have more action coming up. All right, as our next cowboy jumps out, we got us a little speckled bull, wild little active thing. Bucks the guy off in short order.
That was Pumpkinhead, another bull from the Shane Johnson.
And Jacob Reese was our cowboy.
New Mexico State two-time champion. He went to the National High School Finals.
Well, you know, that tells you right there just how fantastic this stock is. It comes from several different contractors. We got Hill, Meeks, and Ronaldo bringing a pin of bulls in. We got, tell us about a couple of other contractors.
Well, I'll tell you what, we've got, as you said, we have Pro Rodeo Outfitters, that's Jesse Hill. We also have Ty Ronaldo, Jesse Hill, and Mr. Meeks. They all are together. It's Dave Meeks. That's a corporation that they've established to bring us some good animals. Also, JD Ford Rodeo Bulls. Oh, boy, here we go. Here's our cowboy right now.
And we're looking at Travis Cavey here.
Want you to watch this bull. This is a Jesse Hill bull. Rank animals they are. Fun to watch. Oh, I'll tell you what, if you can ride one of these, you're probably going to have a paycheck. That's the name of it. Come on, cowboy, get up there. Hey, get out there.
Travis, we might get our first qualified ride.
We might. Well, you know, Shaw, we're getting a thumbs down sign. The buzzer tells us when we think the ride is over. That's what our timers do up here with us. But the rodeo officials, they're the two gentlemen out there that know what's going on.
So they go by an official watch,
Yes.
not just the buzzer.
Absolutely. There we go again. Watch that cowboy. You know, he fought for this. He darn near had it done. The bull kind of hung up there a little bit, kind of put his timing off, and I think that's what got him.
Well, you know, he stopped, and then he started dragging that butt around there, and he slid off that rope, and he kind of cheap-shotted him a little bit, didn't he?
Completely different ride, absolutely.
All right, well, I'm going to disagree with Jesse Hill. I didn't like that bull at all.
He's a good one if you own him, that's for sure. All right.
Now, why do we see some of the cowboys skip wearing helmets and many of the other cowboys not wearing
Well, I
helmets?
think I alluded to that a little bit ago. You know, we try to keep rodeo as Western as we can, but this event is so tough. We have to let them wear the helmets if they want to, and I'll tell you what, I've seen many lives saved by those helmets. There's a little story about Bodacious. If we get some time, I'll tell it, because Scott Breding drew the bull Bodacious back when he was bucking right after he hurt Tough Edeman. You may remember.
And he had a helmet on.
He had the helmet on, still dislocated his eye socket. I'm a firm believer in safety when it comes to this event, that's for sure.
Well, anything they can do to make themselves, you know, there was a time when they didn't wear the protective vests, and now they're required at all events, and that certainly has saved many lives.
I remember it well. We didn't have vests back in the Stone Age when I rode. Of course, that was a long time ago, back when Jaws was a minnow, you know? That's changed a little bit. Oh, good cowboy up. This is Josh Freoff. Double impact, Shane Johnson. Yeah, Josh Freoff's good cowboy down there. Making sure he's ready. Of course, folks, I want to remind you that the standings, that means where the Cowboys are as far as the points so far this year. And we want to talk about them as the rodeo goes on, because some of these guys are right up there. We alluded to it a little bit ago. There's your cowboy. That ball turning right back and latch to the left, and he's down on him. Touch him with a free hand. The ride's over. Now all he needs to do is get away from him. Oh, tough.
Now, that was a right-handed guy who got into the well, into the spin.
The
Well,
well.
was a little empty feeling in there. He kind of fell in there, and that's not a good place to be.
The well is not the place you want to be, trust me, because that old bull, he's wound up, he's headed your direction. Let's watch him again. There it is. That's what the well is, inside of the spin. Looked like he was going to go the outside there for a minute, kind of overcorrected. He knew he'd slapped, he knew he was in trouble. Get out of Dodge. That's the name of the game.
You know, it's good if you're a well digger to be in the well. It's not so good if you're a bull rider.
Not if you're a cowboy, that's for darn sure.
Now, a lot of times in the bulls, they'll get a guy in the well by moving away from him a little bit, and we saw that bull fade a little bit, move as he was doing his spin.
On purpose, on purpose. I talked a little bit earlier about how smart they are. They know what they're doing, and some of these bulls want to get you in the well, want to get you down. All right.
Looking at Matt Johnson.
Boeing. Here's a good one. This is a J.D. Ford from the Ford Rodeo Company.
Matt from Westminster, Colorado.
This guy can ride him. Uh-oh. Well, I thought he was hung up a little bit there for a minute. You know, it's a fine line between being hung up or having that adrenaline rush. As you well know from being a bull rider yourself, you get that adrenaline going, you don't know whether to turn loose or not. And once in a while, you get off of that bull, you're still hanging on. It's a scary time, because occasionally these guys get hung up. That's when we see our bullfighters go to work.
Well, and the fans will notice it's a bigger problem if a right-handed guy falls off to the left side, or if a left-handed guy falls off to the right side, because as the rope is set up, as you roll over, the hand becomes bound. You can't open it up. It's on the bull's back, and the back of the rope is on the back of the hand.
Yes, sir. That's the name of the game.
We talked to Jason Murphy earlier, so let's take a look at our conversation with Jason Murphy.
It takes a lot to get to the Nationals. You got to compete in an awful lot of PRCA events, and to make the NFR, you have to be in the top money. Usually that means you've got to make about $170,000 or better in order to make it. And just riding little shows, you're not going to make it. You have to win probably 2 or 3 big shows and still place it the others in order to make it. So the top 10.
Now, Jason has a situation we're going to go to the judges on, because that bull got him up against the fence, and it's going to be a judge's call as to whether they decide that the bull fouled him or not. If the bull fouled him, then he's entitled to a re-ride. he can have the option, perhaps, of getting the same bull back or draw one of the bulls designated as a reride. As we watch it again, Skip.
Well, I tell you, like you said, he had a good ride going there. That bull kind of going to the left slowly. That's a good bull to ride. Not that hard, didn't buck all that good, but when he got to the fence,
he definitely hit him there, didn't he?
Well, that's the call. We're going to leave it up to the officials.
We're going to return to the fantastic bulls here in Golden, Colorado, right after these words.
Mile High Bull Riders Showdown is brought to you by Little Britches, where your child is the center of attention. John Elway Dodge, get your big-time Hemi. NewTek Superform insulated concrete forms, and Mountain Home Fitters, furnishings that fit the way you live.
All right, we're back here at Golden, Colorado. Mile High Bull Riders Showdown. And our next contestant, so far the bulls have been dominating.
Oh, they have. They have. They're amazing animals, aren't they? Fun to watch. We'd like to see one get covered tonight because I'll tell you what, we're going to have a short round. That means the best cowboys come back.
Well, we have 42 bull riders in the long round, and we bring the top 6 back. We're going to have some guys ride the bulls, so maybe this next one, Jason Sharp, is the very guy that's going to get that done.
You know, he could be. He's not a bad cowboy at all. As a matter of fact, going down this list, it's amazing. In 1997, he won the go-round at the PRCA Rodeo in Cheyenne Frontier Days. In 98, in Elizabeth, Colorado, he was the champ of that one. He is one to watch. Tell you what, we might want to bet on this guy.
Well, you know, Cheyenne Frontier Days is Daddy and Mall, and for you to win around there, that's a heck of an accomplishment. That's like winning a lot of major rodeos around the country.
You bet it is. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to put my money on the guy because I think we're due. I'm not sure. What have we had? About 8, 9, 10 bulls go so far? And yet to have a qualified ride.
Well, let's talk about the bull that Jason Sharp's getting on. Are you familiar with this guy?
Yeah, the Juice of J.D. Ford. He's a good one, let me tell you. The Juice is one of these bulls. He never lets you know what he's going to do. You know, the guys keep a book on the animals, and they're usually creatures of habit. But the Juice isn't. He'll do whatever he feels like doing, depending on how you feel on top of him. If he feels you getting off of him a little bit, he's going to go the other direction.
Now, he doesn't have a Heisman Trophy or been in trouble with the law, has
that
he?
Juice. No.
Okay, all right.
This is a different one, yeah.
Just trying to make sure on this.
This one's a little nicer. Here we go. Look at this. Oh, he's having a good trip. He's having an excellent trip tonight.
Wow. Not only turned back to the left, he had a little bit of belly roll. He turned a little sideways.
That's a high score. If you can make the buzzer on him, your score is going to be right up there. Wow.
Let's take a look at the replay here. As he starts to turn back, you'll notice that he's going to roll to the right. His back will go to the right. His belly goes to the left. The old days used to call that a sunfish.
That's right.
I'm not sure why.
I don't either.
But that's what we called it.
Belly roll, that's the name of the game, and I'll tell you what, it is almost impossible to ride these animals. When
now, I know Jason Sharp's calling it something else, and I'm sure we can't put it on air. As we go to Jared Collins. Jared Collins getting on the bull, Timber Muley.
Yeah, Jared Collins, the cowboy from Elizabeth, Colorado. Another one of those bulls from the J.D. Ford program. You know, folks, we have a number of stock contractors here tonight, and the reason being, we take the best of the animals. For an event like this, Shaw, of course, we have the best 42 cowboys in the Rocky Mountain region here. We don't want the bulls to be uneven. We want them to be as strong as they can. So bringing 3 or 4 different stock contractors here allows us to bring the top animals to an association, into a competition, I might say.
And for the cowboys, it makes it more of a riding contest. I mean, bottom line, if you can do your job, then you've got a really strong chance of advancing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's the way it's supposed to be. You know, when I was riding, a lot of times we would hit a rodeo or a bull riding where the bulls were uneven, and we call it a drawn contest.
Luck of the draw in that particular case. I got a good one, you don't, you know.
Exactly. Yeah.
You're
this
out
way,
of luck.
if you ride one here, you got a paycheck. You got a great chance of getting a paycheck. All right. Timber Muley is the name of the bull.
J.D. Ford bull.
Yeah. You know, I don't know if we talked about the flank straps, but we are going to go. Are we moving to another one?
Yeah, we're going to take a change in the batting order here.
Okay. Tim Holcomb.
Tim Holcomb.
Middle-aged, oh, another one. Middle-aged crazy.
Well, this bull's named after me.
Well, he may be.
He is, I think. Middle-aged crazy.
Well, he'll come out about 2 jumps. He'll hang a right, usually, or he might just make a liar out of me. They don't do that.
You know, they do have a pattern. Some of them are a little smarter than others in terms of they feel like you're setting a trap on them over the right, they'll go the other direction.
Absolutely. Oh,
and look at this.
He went left and he went quick.
Not unusual when you have a right-handed guy, but the bull feels that rope pulled on that side and decides to go the opposite direction.
That's right. Wow. You know, I don't know what's going to happen there because the rodeo officials, they know what they're doing. And I don't know if he touched that bull before. Let's look at it. He may have touched the bull before he stopped. Now, when a bull stops, of course, they get a reride. Watch that free hand. Looks like he got a horn. Looks like he touched him.
Well, he definitely slapped him. The question they have to answer themselves is twofold. One, did he use it to help himself? And two, did they see it?
That's right. Absolutely.
You know, it's like any other sport. If you, if you chuck someone across the floor in basketball and the referees are not looking, there was no foul.
Of course, bull ride's a little different. If you're going to slap a bull, you really don't have a choice, and it's pretty hard to hide it from the judges.
It's a little more difficult. I think they caught that one, and he's going to get a no score.
We're going to go down to Jared Collins. Timber Muley is the name of the bull. Another J.D. Ford animal. I'll tell you, J.D. Ford has put together a good pen. And once again, gets back to what we talked about a little bit ago, the breeding program. The guys bringing the genes down from the animals through the years. You get one that bucks well, you want to breed him, you want to keep that bloodline going. Of course, Bodacious, one of the most awesome bloodlines around. Got a few of his here. Warming up his rope. Again, got some rosin on the rope. That's why they put that glove up and down on that rope. You see him there. That's what he's doing. He's heating up that rosin. That rosin gets sticky. Now, does that make sense? You got 2,000 tons of fun underneath you. They could care less whether you live or die. You're sticking yourself on him.
Well, the way I always looked at it is I was a lot more brave when I was standing in the chute than I was when I was out there in the middle of the arena. Well, I might decide to let go out there.
I got to tell you, Kane Hager, our funny man here tonight, he has a saying. If they take too long in the chute, he says, hey, come on, buddy, anybody can ride them in there. And I guess that's true.
Well, you know, the other thing they'll do is they'll heat up the rope there. They're going to have a guy pull, and then they're going to have to determine the placement of that rope. Right. Different bulls, you pull up a little forward on the bull. Another bull, you might pull it a little bit back, try to take some of that snatch. And different cowboys ride with different styles. So they'll pull a real tight rope, and others will pull a relatively loose rope, and they have their own theories and their own riding styles that they adjust to doing so.
Well, and I think, Shaw, that also goes back to what I said earlier about the mentality of the bull riders. They're smart. They study the animals. They study the way to ride them. And as you said, set your rope different. That's what makes a good bull rider. Ride the bull according to what he does.
Well, as you was alluding to in the opening, these cowboys, they spend a lot of time watching these bulls. They've got a lot of film, both on shows like Altitude Sports,
yes,
that they can watch these bulls these days. And they also have, they videotape them themselves, and they have a library of these things.
That they do, and we're just about ready to watch our cowboy now, yet to have a qualified score here this evening. Wow, it's getting interesting. You know, the Newland Rodeo Productions knows how to put on a bull ride. And as I said before, only the best here. Oh, my goodness.
Wow, quick exit there.
That old bull's taking a victory lap. He says, you know what? I earned it. I'm going to look around a little bit, say hi to the fans, say hi to the banners we have out here. There's one for you, Mr. Cameraman. How you like me so far?
Now, you know something that you'll always look at. You know, some of the bulls have horns, some don't.
Yes.
I've always said this. The bulls with the horns, they look more spectacular. But those heads, they're hard.
You bet they are.
And they can hurt you just as bad no matter what.
You know, Bodacious had horns, but they were kind of turned down. They weren't up high. The horns are not what hurt people with him. It was his head. He was unbelievable.
Now we watch our bullfighters. Now, you know, I want you to watch this fall and winter. Exciting, extreme free skiing and snow sporting action on Altitude. Crested Butte hosts the Saab Extreme Free Skiing Championships and the Paul Mitchell Slush Hut Half Pipe Skiing and complete snowboard action. All right here on Altitude.
The place to be, that's for sure. Altitude is with us tonight, and I tell you what, we are pleased to be a part of the program. I like to thank them for allowing me to be a part of their show.
Absolutely. The support of Altitude for all the fantastic sports in this area is just terrific and phenomenal.
Looks like we're going to go down to Matt Johnson now, another good cowboy. And I'll tell you what, Matt Johnson's got a bull by the name of Boeing. Going out to the right most of the time.
So they're all trying to make a liar out of you, right there.
You know, I talked to these animals beforehand, and none of them listened to me.
You can't trust the bull. You never could.
You know what? That bull right there, we had him at the finals last year. He had 2 trips. They were totally different trips. First time he came out, he jumped about one time, virtually stood on his nose, and Tom Townsend made a ride that I was just amazed, stayed on. Next time he came out, went to the right. So, intelligent animals, there you go.
Well, he jumped out there and went to the left. He's a pretty son of a gun, I'll tell you that right now. Awful Western looking.
It looks like sometimes they're spurring, and they may not be. They may be working their feet to try to get them next to the rope. As they're doing that, as they keep them down there, that's what pulls them back on that bull.
And now we move on to William Dobbins on 906 red, J.D. Ford.
This is the cowboy that can make a ride. Watch this.
Oh, got a lot of hustle here. He's really moving his feet and staying on. Boy, now that's going to be close. Now there's a situation where it may have appeared that he slapped him right about the time of the buzzer, but the buzzer's not the official score, is
That's
it?
right. You see what I just saw? I saw a thumbs up from Dave Boudreau. There's your first ride, folks. That's what it's all about.
Thumbs up. Well,
Oh, look at the replay.
and here's what we need necessary for a good bull ride, and that is when you get unseated, you're going to have to hustle your butt over there.
That's right. There's a word in rodeo and a bull riding that's called try, and if you've got try, you see that right there. He never quit. Like you said, Shaw, he started to get off on you a little bit. Look at that, the macho.
All right, we got a potential all-star wrestler
He
here.
deserves it. He deserves it.
We gave it a look here. Well, we finally got us a qualified ride here in Golden, Colorado at the Showdown Series Mile High Stop. We'll be back in a few minutes with more incredible action.
They're going to buck a bull here real quick, guys.
Here we're back as we buck our first bull right away out of the chute, Golden, Colorado. Unsuccessful for this rider. You know, we just came back sometimes when you have, we had a qualified ride in our last segment before the break, and sometimes when you have that happen, you start a trend.
Yes, you do.
And this doesn't help. You get bucked off right away, that slows things down a little bit, you know?
Yeah, but you know, Cowboys, supposedly.
We need the trend.
Supposedly. Now, I'm saying supposedly. They are so mentally set.
Well, I'm not going to predict anything. It hasn't worked for you yet. But I know it won't work for me.
I've been predicting all night long, and so far I'm on a roll. I've been wrong every time.
Well, you know, that, and I like that. That's consistency. That's why I like you so much.
There you go.
Hey, you know what? It could be worse. I could be the one doing the predictions and getting them wrong. Trust me, if I was doing them, I would be getting them wrong.
I'll be glad to hand it to you. Oh, boy.
No thanks, partner. That's your job. Now we're moving along in the order. We got the cowboy taking his wrap.
Well, again, a good look
Now,
at that cowboy.
they'll hold,
Yeah.
they'll hold. This is Thorson. This is the man you were talking about.
Oh, that's
right
a
here.
good one. Nate Thorson, he won $2,500 the other day.
Now I'm sorry, you know, Nate, that bull, you know, was a little bad in the chute. They were kind of holding at his chest. Maybe he got down in there. Maybe that didn't give him a good start. But that bull sort of kind of scooted out of there before he started doing a lot of kicking
Yes, he did.
and traveled a lot of ground.
He
Look
did.
how far out there is before he turns.
You know, that doesn't happen very often with Nate Thorson. That cowboy's one of the best in the business, but I think that bull just kind of caught him by surprise.
You know, you can see the look on his face. It looked like it caught him for some surprise. You know, and a lot of times when they'll run out there like that and cover a lot of ground, and if you start off a little into your hand, you're not going to be able to recover.
That's true. We're going to go to Ian Mathers, your next cowboy on Kane, J.D. Ford bull. Oh, here's a bull that'll do it to you. I'll tell you what, Kane is another one of those bulls that usually will go out about 3 jumps and hang a left. What do you think? Am I on a roll? Is he going to go left?
Well, you know, wait a minute. We got a left-handed guy, and the bull's not listening. So, yeah, I think he's going to go left.
All right.
I think he'll go left.
I'm bound to get it right one of these days. You know, maybe that's why I wasn't such a good bull rider.
You know, I always found, and it's an interesting point to bring up, Skip, that, you know, a lot of times, if the guys know too much about the bull, sometimes they'll set a trap.
That's true. That's absolutely true. You
And,
bet.
and sometimes you're better off if you just ride them jump for jump and figure out as you go along, because you're going to have to wait for them to move, counteract it anyway.
Well, let's see what happens here. Yeah, turning around in
Look
the
at you.
row.
Look at you on a roll. He
I'm a
went to the
hero.
left.
I'm one in a row.
He went to the left.
You know what?
Now, Ian made a mistake. He got over there a little too far.
He did.
And especially when a bull's going into your hand, it's probably not necessary because you got that lever working for it.
Absolutely. Yep.
Now, as we take a look for it, kind of jumps over there a little hard.
There again, did you see the feet? Did you see what happened there?
Yeah.
Those feet came up. You have got to have your spurs in that bull in order to stay on.
And he gave the bull a little bit of a headbutt.
He did.
Which
He did,
is,
yeah.
you know, injury to insult.
It's the Cowboys' way of saying, hey, I'm tougher than you, but I'm leaving.
That's right. I'm going to get my parting shots in here, that's for sure. So now we go to the next contestant.
Yes, sir. It's Roberto Maldonado.
442 Corky's cat. Jesse Hill, one of his bulls.
I'll tell you
Jesse,
what.
a great competitor in his own right.
This bull, 64 outs, only 2 qualified rides.
Well, that's those are not good.
Well, they are if you can stay on. Oh, look at the action of Corky. Look at him. He says, all right, I'm done. Now what? Open the gate. I'm out of here. That bull just did about 4 seconds of work.
Now, he's injured out there a little bit. Did he get stepped on when he got off? Let's take a look at that on replay. We'll see what happened there. He might have stepped on him. You know, that's the biggest fear for these Cowboys. It's not the horns, but the sheer weight of that animal coming down on you. Oh, he just landed bad.
I think he did. He landed on it.
Landed bad. But
well,
these bulls are going to weigh roughly 10 times more than Cowboys. Your basic Cowboy's going to weigh about 150. Some are going to be a little bit bigger. Few are going to be smaller. The bulls are going to weigh anywhere from, say, 1,500 to 2,000 pounds. And there are those that are, you know, gargantuan weighing 2,200 there.
The odds are against you regardless. You know, if they get near you, they step on you, you're hurt. And that's a Cowboy way. I mean, that's just part of being a bull rider.
We go to Eric Kringle, getting ready for us now on A33.
Another Jesse Hill bull. Another good bull to watch here, I'll tell you.
Now, a lot of times they don't name these bulls.
Well, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they just go by numbers. You know, I mean, the bulls are named because they have a personality. They have a something about them. Matter of fact, I had a stock contractor a few years ago. He had a bull by the name of French Fry, Quarter Pounder, and Big Mac. You reckon he was hungry when he was naming the bulls? I don't know.
Maybe he was threatening them.
Maybe so.
You said they bucker their burger, right?
Could have been.
That was psychological abuse.
Could have been, yes, sir. But if they don't, if a name doesn't fit them, they may just go with the number and, you know, stay with that.
Well, I had a contractor, Dale Hall, once tell me, he says, I could name them, but they don't come when they're called anyway.
That's right, absolutely. Well, we're getting some good shots of the Cowboys as they get down on their bulls, folks. You can kind of figure out exactly what's going on.
Eric Kringle for his Parker, Colorado Cowboy, and that bull had some speed in that spin.
And some attitude, look at that. Devin Lamone's your bullfighter, taking him away from the bull rider.
Now, I always describe bulls' personalities as most of them being indifferent. That one wasn't indifferent, that one's mean. So we take a look at the replay. Look how fast he gets it to the right.
Oh, speed, man. I mean, he not only had the power, but he did have the speed. Wow.
And then, you know, snort your shorts right after you get off. That's not a good combination.
Like you said before, insult to injury. That's what happened right there. All right.
Now we're looking at Thomas
Varela? I don't know.
We'll learn it. We'll learn after time.
Yeah, we'll get it eventually. Got a good bull, though. Again, he's got a Jesse Hill bull. This is J1 from Jesse Hill's string. Seen a lot of these bulls on the PBR. I want you to look at the size of this animal down there. He's a one-horn bull.
Wow.
You know, sometimes these bulls, they'll get to fighting out in the pasture and they'll knock a horn off or something. But this bull is huge.
Look how wide he is along the back. He's going to generate a ton of power.
Look at this. Look at
him sticking him on it.
Wow. That's what it's all about, Shaw. That gets my adrenaline going. I thought he had him.
Well, you know, he had a great bull. He had a great seat on him. If we get a chance to look at this on the replay here, we'll see if we can't diagnose what it is that went wrong. I think it was probably short. Looked like maybe around 6 seconds he got into some trouble.
He was looking at the clock. Look at that.
Right here, he's in great shape.
Yes,
he's in the groove.
Feet are down all of a sudden.
Moved over there a little too hard.
Just a little bit. That's all it takes. On a bull this size with the power and the speed of that animal, it doesn't take much of a mistake to make it go wrong.
One of the reasons, Skip, isn't it, that they score the bulls that spin a little more?
Yes.
Well, we'll get back to it after the break. We're going to get back to more action here in Golden, Colorado, as we continue the first round of competition at the Bull Riders Showdown Series.
Do you need video production services for corporate communications, a training video, a television commercial to drive sales of your business? JSP can make your production a success. We offer top quality services at the most affordable rates available. John Sandy Productions, Inc. is a highly motivated team of video film production and multimedia experts. Put the power of video communications to work for you. 303-721-6121 or visit us on the web, jsptv.com.
Welcome back to blustery Golden, Colorado. As we're fighting some of the elements in the wind here. We're coming back looking at Dylan Koala and 329 Tony Bow, who's getting ready for you right now. I want to give you a scoring update right now. They did end up scoring Kelly Melvin, 79 points. He leads the competition. And we watched William Dobbins ride a bull and scored 77. So that's where we're standing at right now. We know we're going to have 2 in the short round. And we got 2 qualified rides. And we got several more to go.
That's right, Sean. I'll tell you what. As an announcer, I see the matchups that I like, and here is one that I think could be interesting. And I'll tell you why. Mr. Koala is a 2005 Bull Riders Showdown Rocky Mountain Bull Riders Series champion. He's 7th in the standings right now. But Tony Bow, the bull that he's got, is a baby out of Bodacious.
Oh, hence the name. Hence the name Tony Bow.
Tony Bow, watch this. This is going to be the one we've been looking for, folks. Oh, my goodness. Wow. They're looking at their watch. As soon as our official gets done running from the bull.
Always a hazard of the officials, right? You can get run over at any time.
Did you see that? Did you see what that mean guy did?
He pointed his thumb down.
Oh, my.
Well, just like a Christian, he's not gonna, you know, in the old Roman days, the thumb down is not a good sign.
Not a good sign. Well, he tried. I thought he had him.
Well, you know, as we look back at the replay, he changed directions.
He did. He did.
And
Smart.
And that's what got him down.
You bet. Awesome animal.
Well, he's got to be disappointed with that. Hugo Rodriguez is getting on 81. Black Ice.
Another Jesse Hill bull. Oh, yeah. Hugo Rodriguez from Denver, Colorado in 1977. He was the Mexican National Finals champion. In 99, he was the Mexican National Finals champion. He's qualified for the Mexican National Finals 11 times. Cowboys love this animal. This is one of those bulls that's ranked, but he's not too ranked.
You know, in bull riding today, we're seeing an increasing number of international contestants.
We are.
We got a lot from Brazil. We've got some great, we've always had some great athletes from both Canada and Australia. And now we're getting a lot of Mexican, or, you know, from Mexico.
We are. And they set their rope a little different. They pull it from the opposite side. This guy can ride the bulls. Look at this. Oh, not going to happen tonight. Look at the timing of that bull. How quick can he be?
Right-handed cowboy, bull spins to the left, gets with it pretty fast. Let's watch it on the replay.
I think the speed of the bull is what got him.
And his arm was, you know, already over his head. He was a little bit into his hand before the turn was even made, and that's just not a way to get started on that.
You know, folks, there's a lot to look for in bull riding, and I think Shaw and I are hitting on as much of it as we can tonight. It's not just setting up there and being the toughest guy in the arena on a particular night. There's a lot to do and a lot to think about, a lot to know.
But one of the key ingredients is you're never going to out-muscle them.
No, that's right. That's right. You got to go with them.
You got to go with timing, and you got to go with technique.
Absolutely.
I always tell people when things go well, it's like dancing. When things go bad, it's like all-star wrestling.
That's true. That's true.
Altitude Sports Summit, Tuesdays and Wednesdays at 5 p.m. and 10 p.m. Jerome Juranovich plays moderator in this most insightful and occasionally insightful talk show. Broncos, Nuggets, Rockies, everything and everyone is fair game with this motley crew, and I do mean motley, of sports personalities.
Well, we have a problem in the arena. Look at this.
They don't direct very well.
No, they don't. And what do they do?
Neither do we.
Well, that's true.
but they are especially bad at it.
They are. Rod Poland, our gate guy down there, doing a great job on the out gate as usual. He's at every event, every time. The owner of Newstrom Davis Construction.
Well, tell us about our 2 bullfighters here. You work with them a great deal, and we got us a clown out here as well.
I have. These guys are awesome. If you notice at the beginning of the show, this little dude right down here took a hooking last year, and we showed it at our opening. unbelievable.
The guy you're looking at right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you betcha. They are awesome. These guys work so well together. That's Brian Flynn, by the way, and he can fight the bulls. Over on the other side, we've got Hollywood over there. That's what we call him, Devin Lamone. All right, we're going to go to a cowboy. This is Jake Blackshear. The kid can ride some bulls. Look at that. Oh, man. You know, he comes from a long line of cowboys. His daddy won the World Finals in El Paso, Texas a number of years ago.
Frank Blackshear, yeah, absolutely. I know him well. Now in this bull, we get a lot of change of directions with this one.
We do. Good draw. Good bull. I think he threw his head a little bit. And
Give him a little head fake, didn't he?
Might have taken that fake, by golly.
I think he took the head fake.
Oh, he's disgusted. He says, I wish I could do that again.
That was an Emmett Smith full body juke right there.
That it was.
Got him out of shape and bucked him off.
Well, 2 qualified rides so far. And we're kind of counting it down. We got a lot of marks on our papers here. We're going to bring the top 6 back for the final round. I don't know if they'll go by longest time. What they may do is the most points for the season so far. We'll have to leave it up to them as we go to a cowboy. Another good cowboy over here. His name is German Varela. Here's another one of the Varela guys. Yeah. Right here. That's where he's at. Winklepleck Bull.
High Plains Drifter, number 99.
Well, the Winklepleck Rodeo Company, of course, they're out of Strasburg, Colorado. Good people. You know, folks, we meet some awesome folks in the great sport of rodeo. We travel together, a lot of us, and matter of fact, we help each other out. That's the name of the game. And the Winkleplecks, their son is one of the top bareback riders in this region, and he's also a funny man in his spare time. So how you do that, do both of those jobs, I have no idea, but he's good at it.
Well, you know, you find a lot of these guys make a transition. You know, most of these bullfighters start out as bull riders.
That's right.
Didn't find a lot of skill or pleasure in that.
That's right.
Decided to move the other way. And sometimes you get to go on the other way as well. You know, you trade events, or you become a stock contractor, or in our cases, when we can't do it, we announce.
That's right. Safest place in the house, that's for sure. All right.
Mr. Varela.
Come on, cowboy, I know you can do it. Oh, goodness.
Oh, man. Oh, now we got us a problem.
Well, did you see that? Did you see what the guys did? You got your bullfighters out there. The cowboy was down. Brian Flynn moving in there and getting the attention of that animal, trying to get him away. His other helpers over here, they're ready to grab that bull, ready to get him out of the way, and I'll tell you, they did a great job of helping that cowboy.
Now, as we take a look at this on the replay, one of the first things you'll notice is he gets bowed out over that bull, and his feet get behind him. See, he's way out over the bull here, and the feet slide back. And now he steps on him, and that slows, you know, any escape plan out.
Absolutely.
Hooks him, and now right there is going to step right on him. Got him with his left foot on the leg. And now he's giving him the ivory treatment.
Ivory enema, is that what you're trying to tell me?
And that could be, absolutely. You know, I wasn't going to go that far, but that's what happened there. And the bullfighters came in and saved him. And I'll tell you what, you know, the thing about they say bull riders are crazy, but bull riders, they're optimists. They never think anything's going to go wrong. The bullfighter don't really even enter the situation until something has gone wrong, and he knows things are going to get worse when he runs in there.
Another reason I became an announcer. This is Jeremiah Neely Cold Stone of the Winklepleck Rodeo Company. No.
Well, on that note, we're going to get ready for some other action here in Golden, Colorado on a blustery evening on this 4th of July weekend. Cowboy Christmas. We'll be back in a few minutes with more competition from the Showdown Series. Welcome back to Golden, Colorado, as we take a look at our flags, Colorado, and our nation's flag on this Cowboy Christmas, and then one angry animal right there as we go to the contestant here, one of several brothers, right? Lewis brothers.
That's it. Brad Lewis is his name. He's got a good bull tonight. This is a good matchup because the Lewis boys, as we were talking about a little bit ago, they are a family of bull riders, 4 of them. All 4 of the boys ride bulls, and their dad is a professional saddle bronc rider.
Come on, stud. Go be bad Brad. Spur Brad. Let's go.
Oh, know this cowboy's got a good one. Big show. This bull will crank it right at the latch. Watch this. This is a good matchup because this cowboy in 2003 was the Rocky Mountain Bull Riders Showdown, first and second place. That means he tied for the top spot with another fella. He's a good one.
Now. Get it right.
Elizabeth, Colorado cowboy, getting set to nod for us here. Now they got to make sure that bull's standing properly. Now these are big critters, and they can lean right, left. They can squat down in there, not giving the cowboy a good chance. We've seen a couple of these guys nod for animals like that, and they're just not ready when they come out.
That's right, absolutely. A lot of variables in this particular event, and one of those variables that Shaw alluded to is the animal in the chute. If he's not standing straight, you don't get a good start on him.
Now you can see he was spurring him a little bit. Bull's kind of down on his front feet a little. And you know you're not gonna get any second chances if you didn't get out of it.
No, you're not. Look at that, right at the latch. Oh.
Now that bull got him back and took the rope out of his hand, and that's what we were talking about when these guys are rosining up their ropes. You know, some guys, I always believed when I rode, rope can't be sticky enough. Now, as he gets back on his hand, he has a chance maybe to recover, but he's no longer holding on to the handle.
Pulled it right out away from him, and that's tough. Here's a cowboy that we might want to talk about.
Now, Chad Brennan, he's a Nebraska cowboy, and he's a veteran cowboy.
Yes, he is.
He's got some fantastic credentials. Chad's was a PRCA Rookie of the Year in 1994. PRCA champion, Cheyenne Frontier Days.
Yes, the
you
big
know this guy, right?
Chad Brennan is awesome. I tell you what, he retired, couldn't stay away from it, just like the rest of us. He's come back, and I tell you what, the more he rides, the more he's getting back into that sink that he was into when he was a Rookie of the Year. He's due to make a ride. Chad knows what it's all about right here. He can move up in the standings and almost to the top by winning this bull ride here tonight.
Well, with a lot of guys, like even some of your major pitchers, and you know, taking some time off sometimes refreshes you. Come back out here. We got a good jumper and kicker. And Chad seems to be in firm control. Now, this is a bull. Oh, you know, he got into some trouble there at the end.
He did, but they're looking at their watch. I'm not sure the buzzer was right. Seemed long. We'll see what they say.
Well, we take a replay of this. The judges try to make a decision. Now, this bull's just jumping and kicking good. Chad shouldn't have any problem with him, and he seems to be in good shape. But as he gets over here to the fence, Chad maybe waiting for the whistle.
Chad looked at the fence.
Chad looked at the fence.
You don't look at the fence, and he knows that. He knows what he did. Yeah.
Now, I don't know if he's coming into this event hurt, but he seems to be a little stoved up. And, you know, a lot of the injuries that happens is to the inside muscles of the leg. The groin muscles is one. It's a very important muscle for bull riders because they're gripping that bull very tightly. And seems to be sore. And if it's sore, you'd see that kind of situation. But that bull should not buck Chad Brennan.
Well, talking about good cowboys and not getting bucked off, I want to bring your attention to this little dude. His name is David Lewis. Ringo from Winklepleck is the bull. Shaw.
Brother to Brad?
The brother, but last year, after an entire summer of riding bulls, it came down to one final bull ride to decide he was going to be the champ of the year. This man is reigning champ. 2004 champion of the Bull Riders Showdown Series. This kid can do it. David
All right,
Lewis.
now you just set up. He can handle the pressure.
He can
What kind of
handle
bull
it.
was he getting on?
He's got a good bull. As a matter of fact, Winkleplex Ringo is one of those bulls that we like to watch, you know. Ringo has been to the PBR. He usually comes around to the left. And, you know, I guarantee you Mr. Lewis knows that. You know, you alluded to that a little bit ago. Some of these guys do not even pay attention to the stats and to what the bulls do, because we've seen it tonight. We've seen a lot of these bulls change it up and go a different direction. I kind of think maybe you're better off if you just go with the bull, you know?
Well, I think so too. And now riders ride with different styles. So I'm going to ask you a question. Some guys ride bulls better into their hand. Some guys ride bulls terrifically away from their hand. If this bull spins to the left, he's going to be going away from his hand.
He is. And
how does he ride away from it?
He rides good both ways. That's why he's the champ. You know, this is one of those kids that will adjust to what's happening. You know, like you said, most of the time they're going to ride better into their hand, but away from it, he will make the adjustment, and he'll make it right there in the first jump out. He'll be ready to go.
He gets ready. He's sliding up and nod. Now, some cowboys will call for the chute. Others just give a nod. That tells the gate man to open to the chute.
That's right. Made a good recovery there. I think he's going to get it. I think he's going to get it. I think he's going to get it. Yep. Oh, that's the way we like it.
Well, right there, as you see, I mean, you set it up perfectly, Skip. The guy can handle the pressure. He knows when to ride He's going to be our third qualified ride. That bull had an opportunity to buck him off, but he refused to let it happen.
That's right. Try. That's the name of the game. You know, that recovery is what probably gave him a paycheck here tonight. Now, keep in mind, we're not going to pay for one round. This is a long round and a short round when we're paying average only, which means it's going to be more money for the guy that can ride two.
And that's good concentration right there. As a bull rider, when you start to come into the chutes, a lot of things can come into play, especially when that chute is open like that. It can grab you in your leg, and it can injure you a great deal. But he was just focused on the job and the task at hand.
Unfortunately, they take them because they buck, not because they're nice.
Yeah, they don't care about that, do they?
Not at all.
Just old bull riders think about that stuff.
Well, you know, Shaw, I got to tell a little story while we get ready for our next guy. As a matter of fact, bull riding started in a strange way. A long time ago, they had the steer trip, which is still an event in many states, but they would rope and tie steers. Well, as they were untying one day, a couple of the guys that were working the arena jumped on a steer just for the fun of it. Well, the crowd loved it. They clapped. Well, I believe it was Prescott, Arizona. Put it in as an event, but back then, they didn't have the side delivery chutes like we've got right now. They had front delivery chutes, and that changed everything. Joel Fiskus is our cowboy, by the way, on Slammer from Winkelpleck.
Joel Fiskus.
Yeah, there's a name for you. All right, Joel, let's see what's going to happen here. Oh, my goodness. Well, look at that. Run, Brian, run. What does they say? Run, Forrest.
Run, Forrest, run. Golden, Colorado, we got 3 qualified rides, and we're going to finish off with the rest of the first round in a few minutes when we come back from the break. Welcome back to Golden, Colorado. As the sun sets over the phenomenal Rocky Mountains. We're going down to Jamon Turner on the Bull Jazz. Now, this is a Charles Sampson world champion bull rider protege, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Jamon came to my house a number of years ago. Just came out to kind of help a friend rope some calves. He says, Mr. Kelson, and he was very polite. He says, is there a chance I could ride one of those things? He knew nothing about it. He's from the inner city, Denver, Colorado. I says, you bet, son, you can get on one. Well, he liked it. He couldn't get on enough of them. About wore my calves out. Now look at him. This little dude is one I want you to watch. Jamon Turner's his name.
Well, if he called you Mr. Kelson, he was more than just respectful. He was confused.
Yes, he was, wasn't he? Jazz is the name of the bull. Hell yeah, another one of those good bulls from Ty Ronaldo, Jesse Hill, and Dave Meek. Good animal. You know, this could be one we want to watch because this little dude, keep in mind, he's not been riding bulls that long, but he has been coming on strong. I was at Beaver Creek, Colorado the other night. He came out and just rode the heck out of a bull.
Pounds that hand down, getting ready to go. Do we have a playbook on the bull? Do we know which way he's going to go?
Well, I tell you, this bull can go either way. He's one of those really rank bulls, though. Kind of going out, going to hang a left.
Oh, look at this. Oh, pulls a foot. He's getting in trouble, but he's... Wow.
You know what he did? Did you see it?
He got a little Western.
That he did. You know, and that's just from being young. He'll learn. The big boys, the guys been around a long time, they know what the bulls are doing, they know what's happening, and they know that they just come out and they just make a ride. Now watch this. Started spurring. Now that's where you get the points. Once he got set, he's moving that outside foot. Look at that, spurring, saying, hey, Judge, look at me. As soon as he started doing that, the power of that animal put him to the ground. Lesson in life for the young guy.
You know, a lot of these bulls are smart, too. They feel a foot jerked out of them. They change their timing up, knowing that it'll mess up the cowboy. And certainly got Jamon Turner right there. And, you know, as the veterans will tell him that if you're going to do those kinds of things, you need to do them a lot closer to the 8-second buzzer.
We live and learn. That's the name of the game. And I'll tell you what, he couldn't have a better coach.
Travis Marshall. Our next bull rider here we're looking at is Nick Sanger, Lafayette, Colorado. You know this cowboy, right?
Yeah, I do. As a matter of fact, he is another good cowboy. He was a Bull Riders Showdown Rocky Mountain Bull Riders third place cowboy in 2005, which is a show that we have already had. He was one of the top. But he's got a good one. B&W from Jesse Hill. This is a good draw. This is one of those bulls that you can ride. I mean, he's not real dirty. He's rank, but the guys can ride him. They like to draw this bull. He'll turn back just like the rest of them, but he's honest. He doesn't belly roll. He kicks fairly high, and he's a bull that the Cowboy could ride. This could be the one we've been looking for.
Timing's also an issue with that. They want to have the bull have nice, steady timing, no hops, skips, or, you know, some tricky moves out there. Always makes it a little easier to ride.
You bet. There's a bull by the name of Little Yellow Jackets talking about hops and skips. Goes on his front feet, takes a couple of steps before the rear end hits the ground, and no timing at all on him, I'll tell you what.
They didn't buck like that when I rode them.
No way. Here we go. We got one.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful bull. Nice bull for a bull rider to get on, but he ain't nice now.
No, he's not.
Wow. Cowboy took a mashing, smashed him in the head when he came down. Let's take another look at that. Smashed him in the head when he came down.
You know, he had that right started. Look at this.
Good rider.
He had him started good, and there again.
Loses the left foot. Hung
foot.
up now. Hung up. Now we get horned right in the face. Hooked again under the arm.
You know, ladies and gentlemen, this is how cowboys meet nurses.
This is how cowboys meet
bull
nurses.
rider, yeah.
The bullfighters did a terrific job.
Yes, they did. You bet they did. And notice their concern. You know, they're with the Cowboy. They're saying, what could we have done to help this not have happened? You can't. You can't be everywhere, even though we've got 3 guys. By the way, I don't think we introduced John Flack, one of our bullfighters, a little bit ago. We talked about Devin Lamone. We talked about Brian Flynn. 3 of the best in the world. And look at that. Cowboy walking away. That's the name of the game. His friends helping him out. Bullfighters going back to work.
That's why they say this is a warrior sport. This is serious. All right, now we move to Rusty Patrick. Rusty Patrick, our next bull rider. Rusty is getting on ghost dance.
Let me tell you.
To Jesse Hill.
Let me tell you.
Well, Jesse Hill, Meeks, Ronaldo.
That's right, but let me tell you about this guy. He won Cheyenne Frontier Days a few years ago. Last year, he was the champ. One to watch. This could be a good one.
Well, I'll tell you what, winning Cheyenne Frontier Days is a dream of nearly every cowboy.
Absolutely.
Having been born and raised in Cheyenne, I can speak
That's
of what
right.
an accomplishment that is.
You can relate, can't you?
I never won in Cheyenne.
But what a rodeo. You know the caliber of guys that are there, and oh my goodness.
Phenomenal. Some
Yes.
fantastic athletes out of there. So we're looking for high things. What about the bull?
The bull's awesome. He is double rank, they call him. Now, rank is tough. Double rank is almost impossible. But here's a guy that could do it. Look at that. Turns back, going to the right. He's up.
Oh, yeah. Now we got us right. Now we got us right. This is right there.
That's why.
That's going to be a ride. It's going to score very high right there.
Oh, my. That's 79. Man, just taking a beating.
That's blown away. That ball went 2 directions.
I don't know if you can hear
Handled
the
bull
crowd.
As we see him go out and wait from
you
his
go.
hand to start, and then the bull makes a mistake. Goes back into his office.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. But you
Right
know what?
into his hand.
Good recovery. You know, when he
Oh, yeah.
changed directions, that cowboy could have been on the ground.
Kind of brought him down on his head a little bit, but he set right up. And, you know, one of those situations where a bull with real high horns might have changed the outcome of that.
Absolutely.
Because it's a little intimidating. As we move to Jake Boko on Monarca. Now, this is one of the guys you were talking about. Very pedigreed, this Jake Boko.
Oh, yeah. You know, the little dude's dad is a cowboy. He shoots horses, and he's a pickup man for another stock contractor. I work with him quite a bit. They're real cowboys. They're from up around Craig, Colorado. And Jake has learned to be able to really ride the rank bulls. Watched him grow up.
Reserve world champion in the Little Britches Association.
Yes,
won
he
the
was.
Colorado CPRA, right?
That's Colorado Pro Rodeo Association. Yes, sir.
And mighty fine cowboys have come out of both organizations.
This is our final cowboy in this round. Couldn't have a chance here. Jake Boko coming out. Good looking black bull. Look at the little guy using his feet. Look at him
Well,
using
he's
his
made
feet.
a great recovery. Now let's see if we can make it pay off.
Oh, he better.
Oh, lot of try. Well, you know, he made a big mistake right out of it.
Yes, he did. He's lucky he stayed up. You know, try. You said the word during the ride.
Well, sometimes, you know, we talked about technique. He didn't use it. He didn't use it. He just used try. Sometimes it works.
But you know what? When you're the last rider, you need 6 rides, and there's only been 5.
He knows he got away with something right
Who
there. Let's take a
cares?
look at it. He takes his right foot out. He gets
Trying to show
behind,
off.
right? Right there.
Oh, right there.
Yep. He gets behind, and now he's just hanging on for dear
He is,
life.
he is.
But he knows until he hears that whistle, he ain't letting go.
That's right. He knows where the money is. Show me the money. Yeah.
Well, we're coming back with a short round here in Golden, Colorado for the Bull Riders Showdown Series. We got 6 of the best bulls they got in this region, maybe in the world, coming back. It's going to be exciting.
The Bull Riders Showdown Series is brought to you by Newland Rodeo Productions. For information on upcoming Bull Riders Showdown Series events, contact Newland Rodeo Productions at www.newlandrodeo.com or call 303-279-4295. The Bull Riders Showdown Series. Small town hospitality, big city excitement.
Welcome back to Golden, Colorado as we enter the final round.
I'll tell you what, the folks have seen the bull riding from the stands. How about we look at it from a different perspective, from the bull? We put a camera on the horns of the bull, we can watch the cowboy, we can watch the ground. Look at this. Conley Baldwin coming out and making a ride for us, and look at the movement. Look what happens as he goes off of that bull. Now you see it from another angle. That's the cowboy on the bull. Doesn't look the same, does it?
That's a great shot, and it's kind of the shot that you get if you look at it in a mirror image that the cowboy has to the bull. The bull's head disappears, comes back up.
Absolutely. A lot of the times, if you look at that bull's head, you're down. You know, you might look in front of the bull when you're riding, but you're not going to look at his head because he'll give you a head fake, kind of like a basketball player.
Well, let's take a look at the short round as we come back to Golden, Colorado, and the Bull Riders Showdown Series. We got 6 guys coming back, and what they did is they took the longest ride that wasn't qualified, Jamon Turner, and he brought him back. So we got the 6 guys. Our scores are 85 with Rusty Patrick in the lead, 80 with Jake Boko, 79 points, Kelly Melvin, 76, William Dobbins, and 75 points, David Lewis. And we're going to start off with Kelly Melvin in a fantastically appropriate red, white, and blue, stars and stripes shirt.
I hope it brings good luck to him because he's got the bull black powder. This bull bucked off Justin McBride not too long ago. He's 0 for 9, and I'll tell you what, he is a draw and a half. Folks, this is where it gets fun. The top 6 cowboys in the business against the rankest bulls around. All you got to do is cover one, you're almost guaranteed a paycheck. This is what it's all about. Kelly Melvin making the turn with the
Bull bucked hard, and you can see why he could have bucked the caliber of cowboy off as Justin McBride. That bull bucked hard.
Awesome.
And fortunate, if we see in the replay, he fell off in an ideal position to get stepped on. The bull bucked so hard he kicks over the top of him. He's very fortunate. Watch right here. Bull kicks over the top of him, just misses him.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Unbelievable.
An inch or 2, he didn't travel, and we'd be telling a different story about Kelly Melvin.
Absolutely right.
Fantastically ranked bucking bulls here. Rusty Patrick's our next contestant out here in the final round. Now, Rusty won the first round with an 85, so any ride qualified he makes here is going to put a lot of pressure on the other guys.
Yeah, but there's a bit of a problem. It's called Crown of Thorns. This bull was at the PBR Finals in 2004. They went 92 points on him. This year so far, they've also had a 92-point ride, and Chris Shivers bucked off of this bull 2 weeks ago. This is one to watch. This is a matchup and a half. We've got a cowboy that won Cheyenne Frontier Days last year. He's 85 points. He's the best rider of the night so far tonight on one of the rankest bulls around.
And if he bucked off Chris Shivers, that's one of the ranked bull riding guys of our time. Oh, my goodness, right over the top of him. And if we're lucky, he missed him. But, boy, that went so fast. It was too hard for me to tell if he missed him. Again, you know, when these bulls buck these guys off, oftentimes they'll buck them off in the worst possible position.
Look at the size of this animal. Look how high his rear end goes in the air, and look how quick he turns the corner.
Oh, missed him twice, got him a little bit with the hind foot he was going off, but didn't, fortunately, have all of his weight on.
Well, I'll tell you, as big as that bull is, if he'd hit him with all his weight, it could have been a disaster.
Well, and he's hurt.
He is hurt.
He's hurt.
He is.
You know, I mean, you know, it's a relative thing. You got 1,700 pounds, and he only got, what, 400 on you?
That's all. And the sad part is, he'll probably be all right. We hope he is. But the thing is, it's Cowboy Christmas. These Cowboys are just getting fired up. They'll hit maybe 7 or 8 more rodeos this week. That's the name of the game during the week of the 4th of July. And by the way, you know, Little Britches Learning Centers is the major sponsor here. They're the folks that are bringing us the short round. And thank you to them.
Well, that's where the child is the center of attention. Those folks do a great job.
Absolutely. Here's my little buddy again. Yeah.
Jamon Turner. Now, he's got some, I mean, really, for him to win this, he's going to have to be over 85 points.
You know what, though?
We just bucked off Rusty Patrick.
Yep.
That'll put him in the lead. But if any of the other guys with qualified rides right, he's going to move down.
This is where bull riding and rodeo gets to be fun, because what happens in the end is what tells the story. Like you said, if everybody else bucks off, which could happen with these bulls, and if he does ride this bull, as rank as his pin is, I would almost say he could have a higher score than the 85. The little guy has got something that he's probably never had. He's got an opportunity to win a big bull riding in front of a big crowd and a lot of money and move up in the standings.
And he's got an opportunity to make up for the mistake of spurring that bull here. And he's getting on Icon.
Yeah, there were 88 points on this bull in Denver, but it's not going to happen for my friend Icon. Littler bull, but my goodness, did you see the speed?
Well, the speed and the power, you know, and it almost looked as if his front shoulders maybe got into Jamon's feet a little bit, because that 1 foot blew way behind him.
Yes, it did.
As we take another look at it here, Jamon seems to be in good position to first jump out of the chute. And look at that right foot. Maybe catches the shoulder of the bull, which is a little harder to get a hold of. Or maybe, you know, as his foot moves back, just kind of kicked it back with that front foot. Well, the shoulder of that front foot.
And the power of that animal, my goodness, it'll throw your feet back. You know, trust me, you get on a bull of that caliber, those animals have enough power, enough speed to where they're going to put your foot way back.
William Dobbins right here, and he's getting on no time for Chumang. Scarface.
Scarface the bull. William Dobbins got him tapped off. Look at this. We're going to do it. Come on, cowboy. Get up, get up, get up, get up.
Oh, Scarface, when you want a little of these, you want some of these. No time for Chumang.
Oh, my goodness. Where'd you come up with that?
I love that movie, Al Pacino.
It was a good one.
I don't even know if that's a Cuban accent. I don't care.
Uh-oh. The thumbs are down.
Thumbs are down.
But you know what? That cowboy can be proud of himself. He tried one of the rankest bulls.
He really did. Now he's starting to lose the timing battle. His hips move to the outside of the spin. Now the object is, as that bull spins to the left, he needs to move his hips, actually counter to that. Move his hips back to the right, which drops him in there a little bit, and he stopped doing that. When he started getting more square and then out of square of that bull,
that's what happened, absolutely.
We're looking at David Lewis here on Get Western. Now, as I understand it, this might be one of your picks as one of the guys to get it done. This is the guy you said could handle the pressure, and he did.
Yes, he did. David Lewis, last year's champion, and as I said before, it came down to the final run, the final ride of the year for Mr. Lewis to win the title last year. Pressure, nothing. Doesn't bother him. He says, I'm here to ride bulls. I don't care if I'm at the NFR or if I'm in my backyard. I'm going to ride to the best of my ability. A good bull down here, though, I'll tell you what. Get Western from J.D. Ford is probably one of the premier bulls of the Ford Rodeo Company. It's going to be a good matchup. It's not going to be easy, but I'm going to say this cowboy could do it.
You know, the guys that can handle the pressure always seem to rise to the top. They always seem to come out ahead, and they just know when the timing's right to exert that extra effort. So we'll see what we've got going here. I didn't like that bull.
I didn't either. Did you
Wow,
see?
traveled out there a great deal and threw. That's the kind of moves you get in a back alley. That was a switchblade pulled on the guy.
I don't know how to explain that. As that bull was landing, look at the jerk he gives.
No, and then going one direction and the other, and then hop, skip, no timing.
Yeah, tough.
Yeah, no,
tough
I think he got the short end of the draw on that one.
I think
we've seen some fantastic bucking bulls here though today, and you know, bulls don't always have. Is that his usual trip?
It is. You know, he's one of those bulls that is just hard to ride, but he's rideable. He's rideable.
Well, he's uncooperative. He bucked the cowboy off, and now he didn't like the rest of us either, and he's not going out.
Hey, do you blame him? Look at this. Beautiful night. The wind's died down a little bit. He's looking at the crowd saying, hey, folks, look at me. I'm awesome. They're proud animals, my friends, and they are the animals that make this sport so awesome.
As we go to Jake Boko and 007.
Well, you know, I would say he could ride this bull. I know he can, but it's only been ridden one time. Maybe we're going to see number 2.
Whoa, that's a big-time bucking bull. Fading and spinning to the left. Well, he tried him hard.
He did
really tried him hard.
Nice bull. Look at the color on that dude.
Beautiful animals. We take another peek at this. He travels out there a great deal before he turns back, but he handles it.
Yeah, he does. Looking good right now. Got his feet down, got his shoulders square, that hand up in the air.
Lifted him up a little bit, got him to the outside.
That's it.
Well, he tried him hard, that's for sure. He wasn't.
Well,
We're gonna come back with the final contestants in this Bull Rider Showdown Series Mile High segment.